Hello and welcome to a little bonus magic here in round 14 of Grand Prix Boston Worcester. We've got Brian Demars for you on the left-hand side of your screen, playing against none other than Robert Victory on the right-hand side of your screen. I'm Ben Swartz, joined here in the booth by Ray Poonslan.
Hello, everyone out there.
And looks like Brian Demars will start things off with a Merfolk of the Pearl Trident. Never thought you'd see that card in Limited.
Merfolk of Pearl Trident, what could this be signs of?
Maybe a Master of the Pearl Trident?
That could be one of the signs, Master of Pearl Trident. Generally, if I'm playing it, I am following it up with like a Mog Flunkies.
Sure, but it looks like Brian Demars is going to follow that up with a Walking Corpse. This match tied at 1 game apiece. Game 3 here, deciding Game 3. Both these players have 1 loss, looking to sort of cement their lead towards top 8. Looks like Brian's going to get in for 3.
Now he has a couple options here. He has the Divination, the Augur of Bolas, and goes with a Divination.
Yep, he'll pick up a Veilborn Ghoul and a Crippling Blight. Pass the turn back to Robert Victory. What does Robert Victory have to add to his Avensquire? Looks like a Guardians of the Crossa. Double Exalted means 3 points for Brian Demars, dropping him down to 17 life.
It's a great card for Robert to draw. Provides some defense, allows him to get in with Avensquire, but gets handled quickly by the Crippling Blight he drew last turn.
And Augur of Bolas follows that up for Brian Demars. Let's see what he's got. No instants or sorceries in the top 3, so he's going to put those on bottom. Attack for 3. Will only get through for 1 because of the Guardians of Crossa. That drops Robert Victory down to 15 life.
In the long run, it still helps out Brian because in the top 3, they were all 3 creatures, no lands, and Brian still has a little land light.
Yep. Now Robert has access to his 4th mana. Let's see what he can do with it. Robert mulling over his options.
Yeah, if Robert has something, even something like a Canyon Minotaur, it could just be big trouble for Brian.
And Blade Tusk Boar is what Robert comes out with. Brian Demars goes to his turn. He's going to draw a 4th land. Yes, he does. A 2nd island. That will turn on Primal Clay? Or I think he's also got a Tricks from the Trade. It's his last card in his hand. Yeah, he's going to slap that onto his Walking Corpse and attacking for 4. I wonder if Robert Victory has an answer to the 4/2 unblockable creature.
Yeah, with the Tricks for a Trade on the Walking Corpse. Oh, Robert drew the Oblivion Ring right off the top.
Wow, that's huge.
Perfect timing right there. I was going to say with the Tricks for a Trade on Walking Corpse, I wonder with this being the 3rd game, Brian probably has an idea of what kind of removal Robert has.
Yep. Oblivion Ring takes out that Walking Corpse. And Brian Demars is going to untap and draw another land, another island. That will give him mana to his Veilborn Ghoul. Is that what he's going to decide on?
He could play Primal Clay if he feels like he wants to block this Blade Tusk Boar.
Well, he's going to attack in for 1, dropping Robert down to 10 life. Post-combat, what has he got?
So we got Veilborn Ghoul, Primal Clay, or Giant Scorpion.
Looks like Veilborn Ghoul will come down for Brian Demars, and he'll pass it back to Robert Victory. A quick update, I just saw Cedric Phillips walk by. He is 12-2. Needs a couple more victories in order to lock things up for top 8, but still well in the thick of things. Brian Victory draws his card for turn. Looks like he's going to go ahead and add an Avensquire to his board. Wow, 2 Avensquires. Blade Tusk Boar gets in for 5 damage.
Brian's falling at 8 life.
And post-combat, Robert's going to continue playing. He plays a Muck Waiter, Crimson Muck Waiter.
Swamp picked up for Brian Demars here, so he'll probably want to come in with the whole team and then, yeah, come in with the whole team maybe?
Yeah, so Muck Waiter's going to trade with the Ghoul. Guardians of Crossa is just going to block the Pearl Trident, the Merfolk of the Pearl Trident. Brian Demars has another swamp, so you can buy back that Veilborn Ghoul if he chooses. But maybe he's gonna, he's gonna buy back the Veilborn Ghoul. Is he gonna cast it immediately?
He could consider now just playing his Primal Clay as a 1/6. That way we could stop the bleeding from the Blade Tusk Boar.
Yeah, looks like he plays the Primal Clay. Do we have any word from the floor on what that became? I assume a 1-6. That makes sense.
As a 3-3, it won't be able to. It won't be able to block the board effectively with the two Exalted guys.
1-6.
Yeah, it ends up not mattering. Torch Fiend was drawn by Robert, handled the Primal Clay, and we're going to see another crash for 5 damage here.
That drops Brian down to 3 life, and looks like he's on the edge. What is off the top? Duty Bound dead. That's not going to do it. And looks like Brian Demars is going to scoop things up, and Robert Victory gets a victory here, defeating Brian Demars here in round 14. Looks like he'll be going into the 15th round at a 13-1 record, or I believe 13-1 record. So
very much live for top 8. Just got, I believe, if he's at 13-1, 1-1 will lock him in. So Robert Victory
takes a victory, as they say. So